because he has growled at me already. I don't know that he growled at Oscar, but he has growled at me. So, and he has had some issues with other dogs, yes?
Yes.
Now, is he more, when you're walking him, if he sees another dog, is he, good sit. So really quickly, yeah? Right now when he sat down, is when, so from now on, yeah, as I'm talking to you, if he sits, that's when I want you to look at him and maybe pet him under the chin.
Okay.
And if he stands up, stop petting him.
Okay.
But do you see what I was talking about?
Right.
How you're inadvertently teaching him how to get your attention. He starts to, so right now while I was talking, you're paying good attention to me, yeah? He sits down, you're still paying good attention to me. Now let's juxtapose that to, I'm talking, you're paying good attention to me, he starts to growl, what is your natural indication?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you see what is happening there? So the same idea goes with him good, like right now that he's calm and he's not growling is when you should be stroking or acknowledging him. You don't even have to necessarily, looking at it there was a reward, but even just calmly just scratching him and petting him. The moment though your touch makes him stand up in this context, you need to stop petting him.
Okay.
There you go, perfect, good. Because look, right now he's calm. He might be seething inside, he might be furious. The female dog is wandering around there, he might be furious, but he's not reacting. So, I don't know if you stopped, your timing is impeccable because you stopped right when the growl started, or it was just happenstance, right? It just happened that way. But the moment he started growling right there, if you continue to touch him,
That's
now what I want, yes sir. Now what I want you to do really quickly is I want you to force him into a sit. Now you've been giving him a lot of commands, right? You've been telling him,
sit.
There you go. That's what you've been doing. I want you to stop doing that.
Okay.
Because you're just battling him.
Yeah.
So let me explain, yes? If you have if I have a little dog that's an insecure little dog, like let's say a little Chihuahua, and it barks all the time, it's barking because it feels insecure and it's trying to make you think that it's strong. Other dogs realize it's not strong. You know, a lot of times dogs will be very intolerant with dogs this size, but they'll be tolerant with a small dog. They don't take that dog serious.
Yeah.
Don't be that little yapping dog. You see what I mean?
Got it.
So the dog starts to react and you start saying, sit, hey, stop, sit, stop, sit, hey, stop, sit. He goes, oh, did I say a bad word? Hey, I'm sorry. I might have accidentally said it, all right? But you know, hey, stop it, right? You're doing all this with the dog. To the dog, you just seem like that little yapping Chihuahua that's just frustrated, trying to yapping so hard to get attention.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean? You know, oftentimes when I go to somebody's house, and I wanted to go to your house because I thought this was going to happen. But a lot of times when I go to somebody's house and they have a problem like this, or a dog that just won't stop barking, when I knock on their door, ring the doorbell, and the dog starts barking, I hear good sit. I hear in the background, be quiet, shut up, be quiet. You're about to get your dog. That's my trainer here, be quiet. And the dogs are barking. Listen, don't argue with a fool because onlookers won't be able to tell who's the fool. In that situation, to a dog, it sounds like everybody's barking. Do you see what I mean?
And situation. Yeah.
Yeah, in that situation for sure. Because you're barking along with the dog. The dog doesn't know you're telling it to be quiet, he just thinks you're barking.
Right.
You could be saying, no, be quiet. And the dog thinks maybe you're trying to tell that person to stop knocking and leave. Perspective. We gotta have a perspective with the dog. So what you're doing right now is very good. I think he's a little more into the dogs than he is even a human.
Right.
Okay? So what I want you to do now, Dad, is I don't want you to let him track you. But every time he stands up, I want you to push his butt down, and I don't want you to ask him to do it. So starting with now, yes? So look what you're doing now. Perfect. There you go, stand back up. Very good. And you're gonna relax some tension, give him some, relax that leash a little bit. Yeah, good. So very simple, right? You're going to start off with the very basic of getting him to sit and teaching him, petting him when he's not being reactive. That's the first step to everything with him. You gotta pick your battles. Right. So I would argue right now, if he starts to growl, I want you to ignore it. We're gonna fix that with enough classes and time and whatever. You're gonna have to invest some time, no doubt. But if we try to fight too many battles at once, he's gonna shut down or become more aggressive. We gotta pick our battles. And what I want to do right now is I want to highlight when he's being well behaved, like what you're doing now.
Right.
I don't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Right? You only had him a month, you said, right? You rescued him.
Yeah.
And again, like I tell people all the time, rescue behaves really good the first month is after they got comfortable and are in a loving home, when they start you start seeing those true colors. In my boarding program, I tell people that all the time. Give your dog a week or two to get comfortable with me. Because if I start working your dog tomorrow, your dog's gonna feel like an inmate in prison.
Yeah.
So, because you haven't had to be hard on him, now he's thinking, oh man, well I'm controlling here.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's thinking, I love them so much, nobody's been this good to me, I'm gonna make sure nothing happens to them, I'm gonna pay them back.
Right.
And inadvertently, you might have been teaching him, that's what we want.
Correct.
So again, perfect, man, your timing is good. So if he were to growl or anything, let's push his butt down, push his butt down. Good job. Perfect. Perfect. And look, when you go to push his butt down, pull up on the leash. Pull up on the leash. There you go. There you go. Pull up on the leash. There you go. Use that leverage to your advantage. There you go. You're doing great. You're doing great. Just have to, you're doing great. Listen, let me tell you something. You did unbelievably well there. Oh, stop there. I don't want you to pet him though.
Oh.
So you just rewarded him for tussling with you.
Oh, okay.
So you just rewarded him for making it difficult. Well, push his butt down. Push his butt down. Perfect, Dad. Dude, I don't even want you to walk this dog this week. All you need to do is when it's busy, go stand right outside your driveway. When there's a lot of traffic, pedestrians, and push his butt down for 10 minutes. Fight the battle.
Yeah.
Don't say no. The only thing I want you to say is good and touch him when he's calm. If somebody walks by, good, you good. And he doesn't react, you reward. Inaction is a choice unto itself. Remember that. So I want you to start rewarding inaction. Like right there, you know how I moved and you looked at me and I'm looking ridiculous and he didn't bark or growl? Good, you good.
That's a good thing, okay.
Yes, of course. Because he could have lunged at me and tried to grab my foot. That's why I went like, whoa!
Yeah.
Good, Papa. Smart. Good.
Seems like he stopped paying attention.
Yeah, man, but because now he's more focused on you.
Okay.
Because of your presence. You see what I'm talking about?
Right.
So you came in looking like, I'm sorry for saying this, like a weaker dog. You're going to leave like a more dominant, self-assured dog.
Right.
If he stands up right now, you're just going to push his butt down. And I want you to do it as quickly as possible and with as little, try to make the minimal amount of effort you need. But use the most amount of effort. Use the most amount of force you need to do it without being angry.
Okay.
So this dog with an aggression issue, it's okay for you to be physical with him and maybe even force him into it, yeah? But let me explain something, yes? If you're forcing the dog into something, right, and I'm like this, yes? And I'm forcing the dog and I'm like, I'm angry, that scares the dog. Don't be angry. Even if you're struggling and you're having a struggle, just try to stay calm. Even if you're... Just watch the guy that survived a mountain lion attack. When he was given the details, the amount of clarity he had, almost his time was slowing down for him because he stayed calm. Stay calm. Perfect. Good job, Dad. Oh, stop. Oh, so I got that on video. So after you put him butt down, you still rewarded him for tussling you. Push his butt down. Remember what I said? Minimal effort.
Right.
Stop. Oh, man. One extra. I have to nitpick you, yeah?
Oh,
So
okay.
you understand what I'm saying now, yeah? Good down. Yes. This is the breakthrough. I just got goosebumps. And is he growling at me?
No.
Dadgummit! And I'm jumping around like a lunatic.
Right.
So I know right now you don't have to worry about praising.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you gotta do? What do you gotta do, Dad? And turn around. There you go, Dad. Stop. There you go. Perfect. So the first time, remember when I said it, I got it on video, push his foot down? Perfect, Dad. Perfect. There you go. No additional touching. Good job, Dad. Man, that's it. No additional touching, no additional movement. So you know the first time that I said I'm glad I got it on video, after you put him down, you gave him like a little rub. You know what I mean? Like, good boy, right? And then the one time after that, you put him down and I thought, yes, he nailed it. But then after, you still gave him that little love touch. I love you. No, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop. Remember, right now, he needs to be aware of you. And listen. Perfect. That's exactly how it needs to be behaved. He's not even stressed out. He's handling this really good.
Okay.
He's handling it really well. He's not even super stressed. I would say he's got a little panic because I turned off the air conditioning so you can hear me better, I can come off video better. But other than that, And he's doing great.
Yeah.
So, too many, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
He's also leaning on my.
Yes!
That's
Of course, hey, he hasn't done that before?
seldom. I mean,
Okay, so see now he's leaning on you because now he's waiting to see what you want.
Okay.
So this week, do not walk him. He's not ready for walks. You maybe aren't ready to handle him on a walk yet. You just have to encourage temperance and making him understand with shaping and habit forming that you've got it under control. Is he ever willing to let people pet him? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's possible. But it's possible he may never. But at the very least, I know you can have a dog that you can control.
Yeah.
And you rescued him. Maybe he's 2 years old roughly. Maybe this is why I'm rooting for him. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do. You gotta make it happen because ideally he's found his home.
Yes.
I mean, you love it. You dropped everything that you were doing, bring him to a class, right? Good stuff. But all of those things you need to start watching. You need to start looking to reward him, praise him, acknowledge him when he doesn't react. Inaction is a choice. You took him to your office or something, you do those kind of things you said, or he was at work with you or something?
Yeah, he goes to the office every day.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. So
Are there people there?
there are people there, and the first
Yeah.
couple of weeks he was fine, but then he would sit under my desk. He would be okay to other coworkers, but as soon as they would come to my office, he would growl at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got that under control. He's no longer doing that.
Perfect.
I don't let him stay under my desk anymore.
Don't.
Yeah.
So keep doing that, okay? And all those times that he's friendly and accepting to all the coworkers, he needs to be rewarded.
Right. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? Because those are people that don't, because he's giving you examples and opportunities to reward him for being calm and sweet-natured to people.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, and then when some stranger walks into the office, he no longer goes crazy.
Perfect.
Which is good. Yeah.
That's good. So in those situations, he's giving you reasons to reward him.
Right.
So if a stranger comes into the office and he doesn't go crazy, what do you do now? What do you do now? What have you been doing? Nothing? You just ignore him because he's being good, yeah?
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
Right.
But if he was being naughty, you would what?
Correct.
You would pay attention to him.
Pay attention. Yeah.
Remember, all attention is positive attention.
Right.
Remember what I said to you, looking at him reinforces. Think of yourself like the son or like his God.
Right.
What his actions need to be thought of as prayers. And which prayers are you answering? If a dog if you're eating good damn. Dang it, this dog's doing good. If you're eating a sandwich, and that's allowed. Good job, Dad. If you're eating a sandwich and that dog walks up to you, that dog's 10 feet from you and he's looking at you, he's praying to you. Please, I love you, amen. He wants some of that sandwich.
Yeah.
So don't answer that prayer. Right? That dog is staring at you, watching you. The moment that dog walks away, decides, oh, he's stupid, he doesn't know where to walk. Walks away and goes lay down, then give him some of the sandwich. You see what I mean? Then the dog's like, dang it. Maybe going to the bed is going to give me the sandwich.
Right.
You see what I mean? You can be forceful and teach a dog to go on the bed with force, but you can let life teach him in your actions. Go eat a sandwich around and save the last piece. And even if it's an hour later before he gets on even if he forgets and you go and do something else, after you've eaten that sandwich, the moment he goes to lay on that bed, then you go give him that piece of the sandwich. He'll learn. It'll become a part of life.
Yeah.
See, I don't want this dog bullied necessarily. Not that you were bullying him, and for the record, you're being very kind to him and you weren't telling him to do a whole bunch. But a few times when I thought it was appropriate, you did ask him to sit. But remember what I'm telling you, don't ask him, force him for now. Guess what's going to happen? Pretty soon here, when you come to a stop or when you just stand, he's going to go into that sit very quickly. Then I need you to reward him. Pet him and tell him, good sit. You see how like I even do this? Yes, good sit. This is a reward. Body language. Think of it like a child that you're playing peekaboo with. Do you know what I mean? Let's say the child shows you something, picks up a cube, say, hey, which one of these is the letter A? And the child picks up the letter A and shows it to you, and you're like, that's right, it is the letter A. But if that child picks up the letter A and you're like, wow.
Right.
Think about it. The kid is like, yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? That's what we need. We need to engender that type of wonder in the dog. That's why when he laid down, I genuinely got excited.
Yeah.
And he genuinely did bark back. He's not even growling at her. And let me tell you something. She's behaving in a manner that would suggest, I'm here to attack you. And he's being chill. Oh, it's tremendous. Right? Now, and again, in this context, if he stands up, you're going to put him back into the sit. It's okay if he lays down, but I don't want him standing up. Now, you ready to make it a little harder, yeah? Because I'm gonna now while I talk to you, I'm going to move around you. I need you to ideally just keep facing the direction you're facing. He doesn't listen. If I was on the phone right now and I'm talking and I'm walking past you, he doesn't relate that I'm talking to you, yeah? So don't watch me because look, oh my God, you're making me feel threatened. You're making me feel threatened. Good shit. Look what happened. You know why you're making me feel threatened? Because look, when I'm walking around here on the phone, you're watching me like this. Ooh, it looks like you're worried about me. You should be worried about me. You see what I mean? Yeah. And then look, and then when I said, I'm starting to feel threatened by you, then you started scanning the whole room. Whoa, no. You're scanning the whole room. What? And then your dog's starting to get a little pumped up.
Right. So all of a sudden
yes, sir.
He's just wanting to
put it
protect.
Put it down. So remember what I said? Don't track me.
Right.
As if I was on the phone and you have nothing to do with me, yeah? You can eavesdrop. I need you to eavesdrop me. Good. Right? Good. These are the exercises. Yeah, push the butt down. Good job, Dad. Now let me have you face this direction again, please. And then if you get up, make him face this direction the same way. With him on your left. Perfect. Oh, that's okay. Let's go with that. So I don't want you moving. So yes, I wanted him facing the other direction, but he sat down, so go with that positive energy. And look, right now that there you go, Dad. That's exactly what I need, Dad. Perfect. Yeah, man, that's perfect. So you have to learn to tune out and watch on your peripheral while you're with him. Because this dog might, what if somebody had him and we're trying to do guard dog training with him and just messed up?
Yeah.
So don't give him any cues. Make him think, hey, I got this. And obviously, if somebody's walking around and looking suspicious with you, and you get be suspicious.
Right.
Warn him, and then he pumps up. You're good. You're just gonna be good. Don't say, oh my God, my life's definitely positive in danger. But when the trainer said, don't let him know. No, bud. Go panic. Yeah? But in this context, there's nothing to panic about. Me coming up this close to you, there's nothing to panic about, yeah? So give me doing this. Look, push your butt down. So do you see the moment he got up, boom, you need to bang. Now, but, oh my God. You got a lunatic walking around doing crazy gestures, and he's chilled out. First time I met Oscar, I went over there, yeah? I had to go pick him up and stuff and check him out. There was a bull on his porch. A bull. How much does that bull weigh, Oscar? Like 700 pounds. A bull. I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's a bull on his porch. So, a couple times later, like a month or two later, I go to Oscar's house, take a little training dog over to Oscar's house. Oscar goes inside the bedroom, he comes back out, and like 15 little chicks follow him. He walks out of the room, and he's like, good. Like 15 little chicks, and Oscar goes, got chicks in the house? He's like, yeah, man, I've been incubating them. So let me tell you something. If anybody has a peculiar smell, sense about them, it's Cranberry. So we're going to have him walk around. If he doesn't growl at him, I start growling. You know what I mean? Dang it. Oscar's country, 100%. You see what I mean? So he's peculiar. If you saw Oscar in the alley, you probably worry. And if you know what we're just looking at it, yeah? So we're going to have him walk around. And I'm going to stay near because I want to see how you handle it.
Okay.
And I'm going to be very honest with you. Hey, you get it right here, you get it wrong here.
Okay.
Just want to see how you handle it. Okay, Oscar, come around. And then you're going to come around and you and I are going to talk, Oscar, okay? No. Stop. everything right, Oscar. You're doing everything right. Everything right. Good. Good. Just sit. Ooh, he's big. No, I'm sweating. It's a big dog. He looked big next to you. He's big though. You're taller than me, obviously. Take me on the wall to figure things out. He's big, dude. Uncle, he's big. He's a big boy. I promise you, he's a big boy. He's big. Ooh, he's tall though. Oscar, listen, there's something about him. He's good at guessing those weights. For animals, yeah? He's good at stuff. Yeah, Oscar's good with animals. Over here. He's fantastic with them. And dogs normally love Oscar, right? So him being a little crazy. But this is what he needs, yeah? He needs strangers to handle him, but you don't necessarily want a stranger to grab him because obviously what if he bites them? Oscar, come stand next to me. Right here. Look. See what I'm doing? I don't feel comfortable touching him. So you see how I'm handling him? I'm using a little force. I'm applying pressure with my right shoulder blade to get him to put his butt on the ground. See that? Start walking. Watch out, watch out.
Watch out.
You gotta make sure you don't slip it. You gotta handle it so you don't slip it, okay? You gotta watch. Come this way, come this way, come this way. There you go. Alright. Dad?
Yes.
Walk up to Oscar next to Oscar, please. With him on your right again, with him on your right, like you saw me do it. With Oscar on your left. Right. There. And have the leash. Start walking away, Nana. Stay in your place, Oscar. Ooh, wait. Okay. Good job, Dad. Let's just go to the living ring. Alright, awesome, Oscar. Alright, good job, Oscar. Go back in there, please. Good, good, good. Rewarding. Good, good, good. We're done. So you see how we handle that?
Yeah.
So now go ahead and step outside, load him up, and then we're gonna go over some closing ideas. Yes. Ideally, he doesn't. We want to do it quickly so he doesn't show any aggression, please. Okay. Just take him out. There you go. Good, good, good. I'm trying not to be any threatening. Good, good, good. And when you get, on the way home, I need you to stop at Wendy's and get him some nuggets or Burger King. They're only 10 for $1. Okay. Awesome, man. That dog's big, Oscar. Saw how big he can be in there. Oh my God. He got pumped up too, huh?